めてください。
Enemy spotted.
Abbiamo colpito il nemico! Ci sono
Here's Johnny! And another one.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today I'm treating you guys to a guide for the new tier 10 Italian destroyer, and watch me butcher this name, Attilio Regolo. This is a new Italian tier 10, and there's a whole new tech line coming with it, of course. This is the tier 10, and let me just say this is a very different experience than other destroyers. You get a very low gun range, and it is very difficult to manage that in tier 10 since there are a lot of long range ships, and the meta at tier 10 is kind of snipey at this time in the game, you know. So it's a very challenging ship for me, at least, but I did have fun, and I wanted to show you guys how I set mine up, and then a couple of games and how to play this ship because it's completely different. Alright guys, so let's quickly go over the elite bonus and camo. This camo is very nice to have. It's one of those ships that really benefits because it gives you range on your main battery, surface detection, and torpedo range. So very nice to have. The battle honors, the elite bonus, I went with the elite gun operator since it is a gunboat once you fight DDs. But the torpedoes are very nice. These torpedoes have an 23 kilometer range, whereas the guns have a 7.93 kilometers. I will go more into this once we get into the game, but for my setup I went with these supplies, and then I have main battery traverse, I had what's it called, maneuverability, and then I have concealment. I went with traverse speed instead of reload because I tend to maneuver a lot. You have to dodge a lot because you're a huge ship. I mean, this thing is very big. You can see that if you compare it to Colbert. I mean, it's almost the same size as Colbert. Anyways, that's why I went with this. And surface detection is just nice because you are very, very hampered by your range. So having a little bit more stealth is nice. Onto the commander, I have Paulo Town de Revel. I don't know if he benefits because the thing with this ship is you get new skills. I forgot to mention that. You get 6 emergency engine accelerators and 5 exhaust fuel smokes. These are like very, very effective, you know, engine boost and smokes, but for a very short duration. This is 6 seconds, and then it stays for 2 seconds, and this is only active for 12 seconds. Then you also get a rapid reload. So my commander, I don't know if he boosts this, but yeah. I take these 2 skills here. I would have gone with underwater protection if I hadn't had a legendary commander. Then I have preheating to get, you know, faster into battle. Victorious charge. I would not take Daredevil, guys. I would take either one of these because healing is better or more DPM. The Daredevil doesn't do much. Exploit weakness. Fully prepared. Mistweaver plus. Now these 2 skills are what I'm kind of curious of. I don't know if these 2 skills actually boost mine because they're not called smoke generator. It's called, you know, exhaust fuel smoke or emergency engine boost. But I went with it anyways because I like to believe it boosts it. But I don't know. So yeah, it's kind of weird. And then I have Master Reloader because you are rapid reloading a lot in this ship. And then Sap Plus. For the end, I would definitely take Giant Hunter Plus. So that's my setup and, you know, how I built this ship. Let's take a look at the first game. Alright, so here we are in the first game. And I'm just going to tell you guys right now. I had a hard time in this ship. Well, not that I did bad in it, just that, you know, you're not doing a lot of damage. So sometimes it feels like you're not doing much. But this job, the main job and the main role of the Italian destroyer line is to kill other destroyers. It is insanely good at nuking Shimikazes. And it's also very good at getting in and out. You see these 2 skills you have. You have your emergency engine boost and your emergency fuel smoke. Use those to get into fights and get out of fights. The reload time, or sort of the cooldown, is only, as you can see, 16 seconds. It's very fast. So you use it to get in to a battle with a Shimikaze and, you know, get him in a situation where he can't get out, or any other DD for that matter. And then you use it to disengage as well. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna go on one of the flanks because you don't want to get spotted by the CV. You are very, very weak to enemy aircraft carriers. You have no A, you're a huge ship. So I'm trying to go on the flank here to avoid him. Also, there are 2 destroyers, so this is perfect. And we're gonna go for this Shima here. So I activate my fuel smoke before he spotted me. So I get, you know, I want to get the drop on him, and I want that thing to reload fast. So there he is. And instantly we turn in, and I try to bait his torpedoes. There goes 1, 2 sets. I destroyed his launcher, and yeah, this Shimikaze is, I mean, he should be pretty much done. Now here comes the problem for this ship. Now there's a Colombo right there in front of me, and if I go fully broadside to him, I will die. So I need to stay bow in here and focus these 2 DDs down. I get my smoke up again, and we barely just dodged that Colombo salvo. And now it's time to get out. And this is kind of the perfect example of what this ship or this line is doing. You know, I got in very fast. I did a lot of damage to the Shima. He unfortunately got away. And then we were kind of doomed. We can also get out very fast, as you can see. The new Colombo buffs, nerfs. It's a buff for, you know, me, since I don't play Colombo, but against it. The new nerfs makes it so, you know, he has to wait 30 seconds, dude, and in that time I'm already gone. Look, he might have his shot up now, but I'm too far away. So that's how you gotta play this. You really have to go in and out. If you stay in a battle for too long, you're gonna take too much damage and you're gonna get wrecked. Like you see there, I went in, did what I could against the Shima, sent my torps, and I used my smokes and my speed boosts to not take any damage. Now unfortunately there's another Colombo, and I don't know how long there is for his reload, so I need to use my smoke here to disengage. I didn't want to take the chance and turn out, so I used my smoke right about now, as you can see, to cover my turn. And now we're in a kind of a weird position. You're gonna find this happens a lot in at least at the higher tiers with these Italian DDs, since you don't have range. Like 7.9 kilometers of gun range is horrible. I had to speed this up because you need to disengage and swap flanks all the time in this ship. If there's a Colombo or Venezia, where you are, you're in the open water, there's not much you can do other than try to stay away, because if they're smart, they just go sail away from you, so you don't have any range. So you need to get close in this ship, and it's kind of a dance. It's like a dance back and forth, in and out of detection. Here we see an opportunity. The gearing was focusing on trying to torp my battleship behind me, and that I can take advantage of. So there you see how quickly you can destroy an enemy DD. Like, it doesn't take much. These guns do big damage to destroyers, and yeah. And as you see there, I just keep sending my torpedoes. I've been hitting quite a lot of torps since they go 11.30. So I keep saying 32, 23, 11.2 kilometers, guys, for these torpedoes. And you get 8 per side, and they reload very fast, actually. So these ships are meant to hunt DDs, and when you can't hunt DDs, you just spot for your team, send torpedoes, and make sure that you have map control. I'm not doing a lot of damage here, guys. As you can see, 36k. I've only killed a destroyer, and I've not done much. But what I am doing, though, is making sure that the destroyers can't really go out. I'm actually forcing them to stay in their base, and you can have complete control over enemy DDs in this ship. That's what I really like about it. It's kind of like the same niche as Elbing, where Elbing is just hunting cruisers, and it's really good at that. Has awesome AP, long range. This is kind of the reverse. It hunts DDs and has no range, but it does have good torpedoes. So, I mean, this is not the most entertaining gameplay, but this is like the most realistic game I could show you guys. I preferred the tier 9 more because I felt like it was just more nimble. The tier 10 it's kind of rough, man, because you have Vermont's, the ranges are so big. So you're going out, you're really looking for these destroyers, and luckily we found this Shimakaze, and he's dead meat. He's done. There he goes. But that's your main objective. If you're not hunting DDs, you're not really doing much, because your HE is just normal HE. Your range is so bad that if you want to trade with a Colombo, for example, dude, you're gonna be hurting, because you have to be so close, guys. Under 8 kilometers. That's like standing right next to a Colombo and asking to get shot. So you really have to be careful. But it is not a bad ship. That I'm not saying that. It's definitely not bad, but these ships are not good, in my opinion, if there's not enemy destroyers on the team. It's so hard to play if there's not destroyers. I was very unlucky to get like no DDs in these battles, and yeah, it's really rough. I'm gonna show you guys a clip after this where there is no DDs, but we're using our torpedoes instead, because they are really good. So let's take a look at that. This was the only MVP I got with the the Regolo. I mean, I didn't even do 40k damage, but we still got the MVP. Alright, so this next clip here is a demonstration of where there are no destroyers in the battle, just me. And there's an enemy Worcester who's trying to hunt me down. So I can't get into gun range, but I'm gonna send my torpedoes. This is like, a good deal into the game. I've just been out on this flank, sending torpedoes and trying to use my guns. But this Worcester here is making it hard. Now this is where 11.2 kilometer torpedoes is very nice to have. If the line didn't have that, then this would just be the most trash ship ever, because sure, you kill destroyers very fast, but there's also other ships that can do that. SAP is nice, but your SAP doesn't do very well against battleships. I should probably touch on that. Against any other ship than a DD, I try to stay away from the SAP. I mean, if I'm fighting a Worcester or a let's say a Minotaur light cruiser, you could use SAP on the bow or the stern, but I mean, I would just use the HE since it's consistent damage. On DDs though, use your sap. That's why it's there. So this is the whole enemy team that I'm behind right now. We're undetected. The CV has not paid any attention to me. And look at that. My torpedoes are just going right in there. This thing is fast. It is, you know, it goes 40 knots without any speed boost or speed mods. So, you know, you have the speed. It's very good at flanking, but, you know, it's also very easy to get destroyed. If this CV was spotting me right now, that Worcester could annihilate me. So, yeah, then we just keep sending torpedoes. 46 seconds, guys, on the torpedo reload. And now we can open up because the Worcester is getting close. I'm getting close to the border here, and, you know, my team is starting to close in. But, you know, against the Worcester, it's not the worst ship to meet, to be honest. You have your speed boost, and this thing can go extremely quick, you know, in a very short time. It does accelerate very fast with that engine boost. And there we go, we got the CV, we got the Richthofen, and we hit even more torpedoes on the Vermont. So, I mean, if you're in this situation where there's no DDs, just use your torpedoes as best you can. Be a nuisance. That's probably why I didn't really, I found these ships hard. I think in the meta we're in right now, there's just not that many, you know, close range fights anymore. Yes, there's the DDs, but you don't fight close range with battleships anymore. Like, you need to hang back, and if it's a game full of Columbos and Vermonts, man, you're gonna have a hard time. You really have to be careful and, you know, skirt in and out of detection. Like you see me doing here. Look how close I am to the Worcester. I'm just barely, you know, he's just barely out of my detection range. I mean, he can't. There you go. He radar me. The Worcester radar is very long range, but, you know, at this distance, I'm not too afraid of him. Worcester has terrible shell velocity, as you guys know, so there's not much he can do, really. I can just sail away, and that's what I'm gonna do. Every time you get detected and, you know, you're not in range, just sail away. There's no reason to go in. You're gonna lose because this thing is big. It's very easy to hit. I remember when I first saw it in the new patch, when I first saw it on the enemy team, I was laughing on stream because I didn't realize how big it actually is. So we're gonna activate our rapid reload here at the end and take on this Worcester. Now there's not much I can do. You know, we still have 2 smokes left, so, you know, don't forget your smokes, guys. You have 5 of them, so just use them, spam those things. They really do help, actually. Against if you're fighting like a Colombo, for example, or if this CV is trying to strike you, when you have 5, just use them. It's difficult for the CV to actually hit you if you use your smoke, turn in, and try to dodge those torp bombers. It's very easy to dodge when you have the emergency fuel smoke. It's a nice skill. I mean, I do like these. You have the ability to spam all these skills. That's what makes this fun. So, that is pretty much it for the Attilio Regolo. This is a very unique style of play, and I think this could have a lot of potential in some, you know, competitive team comps, because when you meet a destroyer, like, you're gonna win that fight. He might get away because, you know, you have limited range. They can just try to get away, but, you know, incapacitating a DD for a certain amount of time is also very helpful for your team. Like you saw in the first game, I was just zoning those destroyers off, making sure that they could not, you know, get to my battleships. Would I recommend this for you guys? That really depends. If you are a person who likes playing weird, odd ships, and you don't like destroyers, well, this is the perfect ship for you. It has a very significant, you know, very unique playstyle, and that's why I like it. I wouldn't recommend this for newer players, definitely not. I would say try something like a Z-52 if you like a more gun-focused destroyer, because the Z-52 also just kills everything, including DDs. That has been it for my video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. My name's been BobLyn, signing off.